What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Questionable Group Chat. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into everything that's released in the Avatar universe since The Legend of Korra completed in 2014. And no, we are not talking about blue people, but there are blue flames in this universe. Now, if you thought the story ended with the Legend of Korra series, you're in for a surprise. We have comics, we have novels, we have a new show releasing, and a new movie releasing in the near future. But before we break it all down, please make sure to like and subscribe. And with that, let's get to it. So starting off, we have comics. Right after The Legend of Korra ended, Dark Horse Comics released, they released comics continuing both Aang and Korra's stories. Starting with Aang, the Last Airbender comics, we have a bunch of them actually. We have The Promise, The Search, The Rift, Smoke and Shadow, North and South, and Imbalance. These comics pick up right after where the series left off for Airbender. They explore Zuko's search for his mother, Toph's establishment of her metal bending academy, and the Fire Nation's transition after the 100-Year War. These comics are really interesting. I believe I read most, if not all of them. There's some really interesting things that happen here. For one, Aang admits he's a flawed avatar, and he decides to side with the people that are in those Fire Nation colonies to not go back home to the Fire Nation, but basically eventually leads to the creation of Republic City, so it's really interesting to follow. If you're a huge fan of the Last Airbender series, I highly recommend reading these comics. There's also the famous battle between Toph and Bumi for who the greatest Earthbender is. So a lot of interesting stuff happens in these comics. Highly recommend reading them. Then we have the Legend of Korra comics. Admittedly, I have not read these comics yet, but I will. These comics include Turf Wars and Ruins of the Empire. They focus on Korra and Asami's relationship post the show. As if you don't recall, at the end of the show, Korra and Asami decide to go to the spirit world together. So there's a focus on that. There's a focus on the political struggles in the Earth Kingdom and Kuvira's redemption arc, which is pretty interesting. And that's it for the comics. Next, we got the novels, the Chronicles of Avatar novels. So these novels focus on past avatars before Aang. Starting off, we have the Kyoshi books, The Rise of Kyoshi and The Shadow of Kyoshi. I've read both these books. They are fantastic. I think they're the best in this series of books that have come out for the Avatar. Of what I've read so far. They basically follow Kyoshi's whole rise to a full-fledged avatar. Really interesting backstory, really awesome characters. Highly recommend these books. You should definitely give them a read if you're interested in the Avatar universe. Then we have The Dawn of Yang Chen and The Legacy of Yang Chen. So pretty self-explanatory. This actually follows Avatar Yang Chen. I have read half of Dawn of Yang Chen. I have not finished that book yet or started Legacy of Yang Chen, but these are pretty interesting books as well. I actually think the Kyoshi books are better, but these are still pretty good. Then lastly, which was a book that just recently released, follows Avatar Roku, called The Wrecking of Roku. It's the newest entry diving into Roku's journey and his struggle with Fire Lord Sozin before the Fire Nation War began, and basically just shows how Roku pretty much completely fucked everything up and helped start the 100-Year War, which Aang had to deal with and clean up his mess. And that's it for the novels right now. There will probably be more books in the future, but that's what we got so far. We also, I wanted to add, we do get some insight into other avatars while we read these books. Like, for example, in the Kyoshi books, we do get a lot of insight into Avatar Korra. So that's pretty interesting. And then I believe in the Yang Chen books, they talk about, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but the fire avatar before Roku, who was basically a government employee his entire life, which is kind of weird, but yeah, it's super interesting. Really great world building. You get to learn more about the Avatar universe. I highly recommend these books. And then lastly, we got the future of Avatar. Now, this is pretty interesting. First, we got a new movie related to the Airbender series with Aang. So this it's an animated film, not live action, which I love because live action is great. I have nothing against live action. I actually, maybe it's as a hot take, but I actually I like the Avatar Last Airbender live action series on Netflix. I think they're doing a pretty good job. I think making any cartoon or animated show into live action is very difficult, and I thought Netflix did a pretty good job adapting it to live action. Now, back to the Aang movie that's coming out, the animated movie. So this is gonna follow Aang and Team Avatar. Well, apparently, well after the show ended, apparently the Team Avatar is gonna be in their late 20s and early 30s. So we get to see them as full-fledged adults, which is really interesting. I have no idea what the plot's gonna be, but I'm super excited for this. I cannot wait for this movie to come out. And then next, even more importantly, we have Avatar, The Seven Havens. Now, this is a new TV show that's coming out that follows the Avatar after Korra. It follows an earthbending Avatar, Earthbender Avatar, and apparently they're twins. And the girl's the Avatar, and she has a twin brother. Now, this is my conspiracy theory take right here. So they're twins, right? And apparently it's in a post-apocalyptic dystopian world where the spirits and the humans hate the Avatar and are hunting her down. I think there's gonna be something where they're both avatars. They both have avatar powers, both twins. So maybe like she has, even not all 4 elements, maybe she only has 2 of the elements, and the twin brother has the other 2 elements. I don't know. It just seems real. I don't know if there's ever been a twin set where one of them's the avatar and one of them isn't. I'm sure they're gonna do some crazy stuff with that, but I'm really excited for this new series. I have no idea how this new Avatar is gonna survive in the world, because when Korra ended, it was kind of like the 1920s, I believe, in my opinion, or like the 30s. And the next Avatar, assuming, I don't know how long Korra lived, but this next Avatar is basically gonna be in modern day. So I don't know how they're gonna be useful. Like, I'm gonna assume guns are created, and with guns, like, how does the Avatar stop that? I mean, yeah, there's metal bending, but I don't know. I have no idea how the Avatar world's gonna look in modern day. So I am very excited and curious to see how they kind of establish the world in modern day. We also have some new upcoming graphic novels coming out. The Bounty Hunter and the Tea Brewer, featuring Uncle Iroh. And June, if you guys don't remember, June is the bounty hunter that had that. I forgot what the animal's called. Forgive me. But the animal that's blind and can only track scents through smell. We also have Ashes of Academy, focusing on spoiler alert, focusing on Zuko's half sister Ki. So that's going to be pretty interesting. I don't know why they're focusing on Zuko's half sister, but I guess we'll find out. And yeah. There you have it. The Avatar universe is far from over. Whether you've been keeping up or are just now catching up, there's plenty to deep dive into. What are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe for more Avatar content. And yeah, see you next time. Peace.